Yeah, tonight I got some fun me time, and I'm going to repair a long overdue crack in the neck. It was busted when I got it, and I'm not sure what type of glue that was used when it was repaired the first time, but it's come apart, and it's time to give it some love. Now, what I've decided to try this time is called Old Brown Glue. It's sort of similar to a hide glue, at least in color, and you heat it up a bit. Hydrolyzed collagen and ura. So you warm it up between 100 and 140. Don't overheat it. And I'm going to try and fit it through this very, very thin, tiny syringe. Anyway, I might use this to fill that. It has to be heated up, and I've going to tender end one of my clamps a bit and get a little jig on the back there. Try and get localized to get enough pressure once I get enough glue in there, and then with any luck it'll get some more life without having to spline it and refinish it and so on. So that's the idea. I'm just going to make a little double boiler and warm this up a bit, and then try and get it in here. Let's see how we make out. Okay, I've just put the little pot of water on there, and I'll work on a dry fit to make sure I get things ready ahead of time. I think one right about there would be good. And maybe a couple more. Crack kind of goes from there all the way up to the tuner. So another one. I guess right about there. And the last one right about there. I think that's going to do it. Okay, so that's my dry fit test for the clamping, and my little shims to protect the guitar. And I'm not going to put a whole lot of pressure on it. The trick will just be getting the glue in it. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's a little bit more fluid than it was. Get rid of that thing. See how I make out drawing. Well, it's coming up that easily enough, but that's a giant orifice. I think there's no way that's going to go in. So I'll just plunge it from the top. Hope like hell I get enough in it. Okay, we're going to call that enough and see how I make out. Yeah, it's coming out good. I think I can get it in a little further. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Right in the vein. Okay. Normally I would just use my finger to wiggle it in there, but I think injecting it in is a good idea. Oh yeah, there we go. Crap. Oh yeah, that's good. You can see I've got it saturated, which was definitely a nerve-wracking part. It's water soluble, so it will clean up nicely, but I'll get the residual wiped off quickly. Really quickly. Although it says it's got a long working time, whatever that means, but any of you who've worked with hide glue know that it's not long. So let's see what gushes out when we put some load on it. I'm relieved to say some is going to gush out, so that means success, I think. Yeah, let's look at all the glue that came out. That's awesome. All the way up. This is a good sign. Okay, now here'll be the final load. Okay, well, you can see there's glue all over the place, which is what I was hoping for. I don't mind using my fingers to apply glue, but I learned from my son that when I was younger and I'd laminate stuff and I'd get glue all over my fingers. He didn't like it. He thought he didn't know how I could do it, which I found quite humorous many years later. So that's the residual. I'm just going to get a bit of water and go one last time. The good news is there's not a real, there's a little one there. Get it in a little bit further. Yes. Yeah, we're laughing. Alrighty then. Well, good evening. I have to admit I was dying to get home from work to check this out. And so here goes. See how much glue migrated. What damage I did with the guitar. Oh, look at that, they didn't stick. Okay, I put a little divot in there, but oh my gosh, look at that. A tiny, tiny ridge. You can see they're really flattened more than anything around the 12th, and 8 is really flat. And then the divots are a little more pronounced in the first position, but I don't think that they're very bad. That can be easily dressed.